BTMreview.com here with the BTM Podcast. It's been a while. These are just kind of all over the place, and we just kind of do them with, whenever we feel like it. In between our The Walking Dead podcast, in between our Retro Rampage podcast, and in between the even more seldom Hobo with a Podcast, River. But yes, we have River here, and we have Zach here. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man?
Wait, is that Todd in the building? I can hear typing. Yes, Todd's here.
I am here. I am looking things up, so I have something to talk about, motherfucker.
Because we're not really going to do a theme here. We just kind of want to riff and talk about movies because it's been a while. Typically, like I said, there's a theme, and it's kind of nice to kind of release those reins every now and again. The thing that I want to bring up though is all this Stallone action. It's the second coming of the Stallion. Now, he was nominated and he won the Golden Globe for Creed. Mm-hmm. And now, as predictions, had told us, he's nominated for the Best Supporting Oscar. And I just hope everybody's rolling over in their graves. I guess that means they're dead. I mean, I don't know if they're dead, but I get tired of people that saying that Stallone can't act, and Stallone can't act. When he's up against a good script, he's a fantastic dramatic actor. When he's got a good cast and when he's got the whole ensemble around him. I mean, we're not even just talking about Rocky 1. We are talking about Rocky 6, and we're talking about Copland. He can do drama really well. I mean, we've seen him paired up with people like
Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Snipes. But we've seen him paired up with people like Schwarzenegger. We've seen him paired up with Dolph Lundgren. And yeah, he's like almost competing with their hamminess. I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just literally making him a shittier actor, but it doesn't mean I don't like I still love those performances. Yeah, you mentioned Demolition Man. It's fucking hilarious. One of my favorites.
Yeah.
Is that you, John Spotton? Yeah, it's hilarious. But anyway, I think it's really awesome. I could give a shit about the Oscars. The only reason I'm very, very happy about it, for the same reason I was happy Michael Keaton won he was nominated in last year, is because it guarantees him more work.
Yeah.
At least for a year. It kind of gives anybody that wins an Oscar, if you ever noticed, especially these comeback people, it usually gives them a new lease on life for about a year.
He's in a movie right now in the movie theaters.
Yeah, Spotlight.
Was that about the priest or whatever?
Yeah. And you know what? See, and I was going to say, you have somebody like Mickey Rourke. He made a comeback. He got an Oscar nod. He won the Golden Globe. Didn't win the Oscar. And he got shit tons of work for the next year. Mm-hmm. He was like in demand. But he made that mistake where he fucking took every shitty project because he was so used to not working, I guess. And, it was very short-lived. Now he's kind of a loser again. And then Michael Keaton, though, since now he's in that Spotlight movie, I think he's recovered from it, because he's in 2 Best Picture nominated movies in a row, back-to-back years. And
Spotlight's out for Best Picture?
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. And so I think he's officially survived it. And he was kind of robbed. I think everybody expected him to get nominated for a Best Supporting Oscar too, but he didn't. But whatever.
For the RoboCop remake?
Not for the RoboCop remake. Wouldn't that be funny, though? We probably will get to a point where there will be a category at the Oscars for Best Remake.
I hope not.
Best Reimagining.
It'll be like the MTV Movie Awards all over again.
Then it'll just start happening more and more frequently.
Well, yeah, because there's a category to go for.
Yeah.
But there is so many to where you can there's enough remakes to where you could have a category. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so that's the only reason why I care about the Oscars is when when Birdman won Best Picture and he was nominated for Best Actor, I'm like, awesome. At least we're going to get more high profile Keaton films and not a whole bunch of shitty Netflix ones. Because remember how he was just like pop up in all these like indie straight to DVD fucking movies. So yeah, anyway, that's why I'm stoked for Stallone. And I was really hoping it's kind of having the reverse effect though. I thought, oh wow, Creed's so good. He's going to get the Oscar nod. Hopefully he's going to get the Oscar win. That means it's gonna push the new Rambo into full gear here, and it's gonna get a bigger budget. It's gonna get more interest. No, it backfired.
Yeah.
Now he's like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel the Rambo no more. No more.
Why did he say he's canceling it?
Well, what he said was, his words were,
"Too old."
the body is willing, but the mind isn't. He's like, he's like, I really want to do it. He's like, I've been training for it for a year and a half, actually, getting into shape for it. And if you ask me, if you've been training for it, I get it. He'll be 70. He's almost 70. He's about 70.
Yeah.
I get it. It is kind of comical to think of somebody like a Rambo character that's 70 years old. It's funny. But I think if he'd really been training for it for the last year, which I know he'd been talking about it, he obviously gave us the title of Last Blood. He was giving us little breadcrumbs along the way. I think he could have did it. It sounds like he's been training for the last year. He could have did it, for God's sake. And why does he have to train for it? In Rambo 4, he wore a fucking potato sack over his whole body. He was kind of beefy and bulky and kind of fat. He just wear a potato sack over your body. Yeah. No one's expecting you to be all ripped with your shirt off. That's not what Rambo's about to me. But really, when he said, "Oh, the mind is willing and the body isn't, but I want to do it. I've been training for the last year and a half. It's like I just don't think I can do it." I think that's a cop out. I think that's, hey, I've been training for a year. I could do it. We're literally in shooting shape now. We could actually start this principal photography, but looks like I'm gonna win a fucking Oscar.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get away with doing dramatic work.
That'll suck.
Well, it doesn't suck. He's getting in his older age. It's kind of
cool. I want Cobra 2, damn it.
You'll be wishing for that.
Brian Thompson needs the work. But I just don't. I think it's good that he's getting this new lease and respect as a dramatic actor because, yeah, he's 70 years old, for God's sake. Like, what kind of projects is he going to get in the last 10, 15 years of his career? He can be like Charles Bronson. I just thought,
do a Rambo movie where he like poisons someone's cannoli. Wasn't that in one of the Death Wish movies, like part 5?
Probably part 5 is the only one I haven't seen.
That's the one where he's like gray haired and stuff.
And I love part 3 is so cheesy, man. I love the third.
That's the best one.
Yeah, second one's good too. Well, the first one's great, but moving on.
No, it's a good move for him career wise. I wasn't expecting at 70. It wasn't like I was expecting any more action movies from him. But since this one had already been announced for a year and a half, I thought this was at least going to be a swan song. I still wanted it. Like, okay, this is the last one. For it to get pulled before we even got our swan song. It feels a lot like the whole Black Sabbath thing, Todd. Where like we're going to go on the final tour and we're going to release one more album. And then they just say, you know what? Fuck the album out of nowhere. We're not doing it anymore.
Yeah,
but go ahead.
No, you kind of give him. I mean, Rambo 5. I mean, a lot of people.
Rambo 4 is perfect. No, it was a perfect bookend. It's actually a perfect end.
People. I mean, there's not much more he can do, and I mean, and to not do it, I'm disappointed. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Let's just say that.
Well, I mean, that's kind of, I guess, where I'm at too. But I mean, Rambo, when they announced Rambo 5. My feelings were mixed. I was like, Rambo 4 was the perfect ending. Him going back home. It was just like the first one started. Him going back home. It's the bookend. But they announced Rambo 5, and I'm like, it doesn't really make sense. But fuck, I'll take it. I was still excited.
You know what they could do? They could make it more like the first one, where he like retires and he's just at home, kind of like.
Yeah. Why does it have to be an action movie? Why doesn't he make a fucking another first? If it's called Last Blood, make a drama.
And then like they could even do like somebody breaks into his house and he starts having flashbacks again, like in the first one.
You could do you could do a lot of things with that character. I don't know. Like it would be so like it'd be like everybody's all about making these pseudo reboot rehashes. And so they've been trying to remake First Blood where he's coming back home after being out of the country and not being in America for 40 years. He's literally lived in the third world for decades. He comes home and the whole movie's about fucking damn kids and their cell phones and their texting and trying to watch a movie and fucking people smacking popcorn. It'll be a movie about him he'll be an old man.
The kid's pointing a phone at him and he thinks it's a gun and he like freaks out and hides in like a bunker.
Yeah. I mean, I was really interested in seeing how Rambo would adapt to modern day because he literally had lived in Asia, in Thailand, and Burma since the early 80s, according to the canon. That's crazy. I'm not saying it would have made things better. It might have been weird, but like I'm interested to see what Rambo was going to be like coming into this world of technology after 30, 40 years. Because like where he was living in the jungle, he was still fucking charming snakes. Like they didn't have cell phones. They didn't have anything. He's like, there's no TV.
No, but the only thing about the Stallone thing is I can't believe how much fucking Creed made in the box office, man. It made like 107 million.
Yeah, I mean it's right now it's 170 million. It keeps kind of it's on its last legs. Obviously, it's been there for a while.
Yeah,
now.
it's done, but
it's still getting a couple few million every week.
The budget was like 35, and that.
Yeah, it's more than tripled its budget.
Yeah.
Have both of you seen that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's amazing.
I haven't seen it either.
Well, I mean, the last time I looked at I do keep tallies of it actually. The last time I saw the box office, it was a few days ago. It's done another $1 million in the last couple days. So it's kind of crawling. It'll probably peter out at 110, 115. The Oscars might give it a little bit more juice. You never know.
Well, it's coming to the dollar theater here pretty quick, and that's when I'm going to see it. So.
Yeah. So it's definitely on its end. But yeah, the thing is it just now opened in overseas.
Huh.
It hasn't, like if you look at like Box Office Mojo, there was like hardly any world totals, and it just opened in the UK yesterday.
Oh really? Wow.
Yeah. Like if you look at the total, almost all of the box office draw has been in America alone. It never even opened overseas. Yeah, I think it still has to open up in China. It opened up in the UK yesterday, so it's still got money to make on a worldwide scale.
Yeah.
All that's coming from the U.S. audience. So that's pretty impressive, I think, for a movie that's not big budget. But
speaking of big budget, let's talk about the one movie you want to talk about, Aaron. I know.
What is that?
Star Wars.
Oh, well, a little late to the game on that one, but yeah, I'm so fucking tired of talking about Star Wars. I guess I shouldn't have blown my wad just talking about it with like random people on the streets and friends and stuff. I mean, I guess I should have saved it for a podcast. Zach, did you ever see it?
No, we were talking about it though. I was planning on it, but I never got a chance.
Oh, well, I don't want to spoil anything.
No, you already did to me. Like we were talking about it. That it's pretty much.
You already spoiled it for him?
Was I an asshole about it?
No, I had already heard about it by then.
Oh, okay. I'm pretty good at giving like some clearance about stuff, but I don't want to make this a podcast about Star Wars. But I'll just kind of like summarize my grievances with it. I think it was a fun movie. I think Disney did what they aimed to do. I mean, I think they know exactly what they were doing. But at the same time, it hurts it that it's a rehash of the first movie. It's a rehash of A New Hope. Like I said, they know what they're doing. They were playing it safe. They were trying to reintroduce the brand after the prequels, and they dropped $4 billion on it to acquire this franchise. So they want to make some fucking money back. I get it.
It doesn't surprise me that they would just kind of redo the first story.
But they really redid it.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing.
But the thing is I acknowledge that most people don't care.
Yeah.
Most people still stroke it off and love it. And so I think it's a fun movie. I think it does hurt it that it is. I think Star Wars is a big enough property to where they could have afforded to just be a little daring with it. I mean, you could still keep it classic and do something new with it. I think they played it too safe, but I understand why they did. But whatever, they're laughing their way to the bank. They called it right. The Star Wars has the biggest fanboy audience I've ever seen in my life. They literally don't give a shit. Just give them Chewbacca or somebody on screen.
Which is stupid because I mean those are the characters that turn the movie to shit. In my opinion, Carrie Fisher was awful.
No, and that's another thing is these are my beasts. I don't want to take it too long, but. Some people are blindsided by it. Carrie Fisher, anybody could have played that fucking part in that movie.
Yeah.
She did not seem like Princess Leia. She was generic actress C, and it was horrible. And the chemistry with him and her and Han Solo
was
cringeworthy. It was so not there. And I'm sorry, everybody's talking about, Han Solo's so great. Han Solo's more Han in this movie than he's ever been. Fuck, that guy phoned it in. You can tell you can't be vocal about a franchise and how much you hate it for the last 30 years and not expect us for your heart to be in it. I mean, he's done nothing but talk shit about the Han Solo character. He wants nothing to do with it. They paid him way above and beyond more than any other actor in this movie. Why? Well, because A, course, it's in his contract. You better fucking kill me because I wanted to die a long time ago. I don't want to do this shit anymore. And B, we can afford to pay him because, yeah, you're only going to be in one movie.
Oh, yeah, Mark Hamill's in it for 2 minutes. So
I'm saying, yeah, we can afford to pay him $15 million because you're not coming back. And he was crucial to the marketing of this movie. Uh-huh. They needed Han Solo and Chewie to get everybody's nostalgic fucking fanny packs full of fucking pre-cum or whatever. And it worked. Everybody lost their shit. He was in all the commercials. He really added, because, Carrie Fisher's not really in it, but a couple of scenes, And then Mark Hamill shows up for fucking 2 seconds, and he looks like a fucking giant turd.
Which I thought the two main characters, Ray and Finn, really carried the movie, and they could have done without Harrison Ford, Carrie. They could have just said, such and such. They could have mentioned them, but, I mean...
That'd be great if whenever Mark Hamill shows up, he punches freaking Han Solo in the balls, and Han goes, "I just got punched in the balls by a guy named Cockknocker."
Yeah. What does he say? And does he go, "Are you ready to have your cock knocked?"
Yeah, something like that.
Oh no, he's like, "Ready to bust your balls?" Stupid. Don't fuck with the Jedi Master, son. Yeah. These are minor, like if I went to the movies, and I did, just to turn your brain off and see a bunch of special effects and have fun, it did the trick. These were nitpicks in comparison. I'm just saying, for a movie that had a $200 million budget, I'm sorry, there's some shit I can't let slide. The effects in it, some of them were okay, but for a $200 million budget movie, that new like Supreme Leader Snow guy, he looked like a piece of dog shit. He looked like a big.
It's horrible.
Looked fucking awful.
Well, they'll change it for the DVD release.
Oh, yeah, George Lucas isn't involved anymore. And I appreciated the practical effects of it, but we had 2 or 3 random characters pop up as CGI in the mix, the ones that did a lot of the talking. And when they did, they stuck out like such a sore thumb because it was so inconsistent with the rest of the practical props going around. And it looked like garbage to me. And I hate that new character with the glasses, the little old woman alien chick. She's so what's cool about this chick? I don't understand. And everybody, I enjoyed the new characters, I guess, but I don't want to like give as much praise as everybody's given. It was just, they were okay.
They were good, I thought. And then the pilot was really good too.
They were all fine, but like I think a lot of people could have filled those shoes. I just think, I think Ray is a pretty face.
Yeah, I agree.
She's never been in a movie in her fucking life.
Really?
Part of me kind of feels bad though when shit like that happens, because like there's so many actors that work so hard, and then this pretty face who's done a couple of like TV shows in England or something gets this fucking movie. She's never been in a movie before. They're all, I know the guy who played Finn, he was in this movie called Attack the Block. But I mean, that's how Disney works. They get no names so they can pay them shit. They do the same thing with the Marvel movies. They pay them dirt. They get them signed into a big picture deal contract, and they pay them fucking pennies.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, that's, and on one hand, that's smart because they don't need, actors don't sell Star Wars. Star Wars sells Star Wars. You don't need it. They don't need, Marvel. Disney owns Marvel too. They just got a huge monopoly on all this shit now. They've proven that we don't need a big star to be in these movies because now we are the star. Same thing with horror movies, man. Horror movies, they have the biggest profit margin of any genre, almost, because we don't need to get big actors. We can have these movies at $5 to $15 to $20 million budgets. We can hire no-name actors for pennies, and they're gonna make a lot of money in comparison, like Paranormal Activity movies.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a reason why they pump those out every single year, because they cost shit to make.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's not $1.5-2 billion like a Star Wars, but they're making. If they can make $100, $150, $200 million off a movie that cost anywhere from $5 to $15 million, whew,
and they're making that the first weekend because it dies off after the first week.
But they know this. They know this.
Yeah.
Because it's like same thing with I think about The Conjuring. The Conjuring was a huge hit. That movie cost, I think it said it had a $15 million budget. Maybe it was less than that. It was really impressive. It was anywhere from like a $6 to $15 million budget. I don't remember. But that movie made like what, $300 million, $350 million worldwide, $400 million. It was a big hit.
Mm-hmm.
And who do they have in that? They have the motherfucker from Office Space. You know, they don't need stars.
Probably James Wan had a big thing to do with it because people were losing their crap over Insidious.
Yeah, and so of course him as a director helped out, but I mean that movie was way bigger than Insidious.
Yeah,
as far as box office. Mm-hmm. But I like this natural segue we just made into like James Wan. James Wan though, also, did you guys hear they've brought back the Mortal Kombat movie yet again with James Wan directing?
Really?
Yeah,
you told me that.
On again, off again. So like it came back when that one dude who did the YouTube series, he kind of got everybody excited about it, and then he kind of left the project, and then the movie fell flat, and it was done again. And now it's back again, and James Wan is attached, and he wants to do it. And I think the only reason that it's back on again is because James Wan wanted to do it.
Yeah,
which is interesting. And
This is gonna be a theatrical movie.
James Wan directing it. It sure will be.
Okay.
He thinks we'll see, and I think it's good for the series just because James Wan is kind of a hot A-list director right now. So anything that's gonna help the franchise, because honestly, I know it doesn't seem like it's as big as it used to be, Mortal Kombat, but the truth is I think it's bigger now than it ever was. It's just that back then it was the controversy that was big.
Yeah.
You know, the arcade, the blood and everything, and it was like, ooh, now that's not a big deal because there's games that are way more violent. But as far as sales wise, the games are selling like hotcakes.
Why is it saying he's just producing it, not directing it? That come out recently?
I read that he was directing it.
Oh, maybe.
I even read like a blurb he had said about it.
Oh,
I like James Wan.
I don't have a problem with James Wan. I
like that movie he did with Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah, I love that movie, Death Sentence.
Yeah.
That
movie didn't get enough recognition. It should have.
It was grimy. It was good. I kind of get tired of movies that look like that, you know, real dingy and gross looking. But it was a good movie, man, and it was so left field, man. Kevin Bacon in a revenge flick.
Yeah.
Because it's just a revenge flick, you know, something like The Punisher minus all the guns and the superhero clothes, and you have a John Goodman in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. John Goodman will do anything. I saw that he's in the new Cloverfield movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's released that surprise trailer.
I haven't seen it.
And it's a totally different movie, which is cool. It's not a found footage movie. It's not a camera movie. It's an actual movie.
Huh.
And I don't know. It's really weird, but I don't know. Yeah, I hope the Mortal Kombat movie's good. I think it's if this actually keeps going forward in the state that it's in, I think it's better than it would have been before with that other guy. But hopefully they don't make it too weird and they don't make it too real. James Wan has this thing about fantasy with him. You know, he does movies like Insidious, and he knows all about doing realms for God's sakes. You know, like these ghost worlds and stuff. Mm-hmm. That'll work fine for Mortal Kombat. Hell,
bring back Lyndon Ashby or what?
No, dude, you fucking kidding me, Todd? No, man, he'll probably make Vin Diesel as fucking Kano. He worked with him on the Fast movies, dude. He's gonna bring all.
Will die. What is it she says? It's hilarious at the beginning.
Oh, mother, you're alive. Too bad, you will die. So stupid. And I like in that movie how there's a whole scene where person A and B goes to fight. I don't remember who it is. Maybe it's that stupid scene where James Ramar's Raiden is dancing with all the fucking reptile creatures. He's not even fighting them. It's like they're fucking dancing. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. But anyway, when he finishes that whole battle, he comes back and it's just meanwhile, all of a sudden it's a clip and Jax has fucking Sindel's hair in his fucking hand and drops her like he fucking beat the shit out of her while Raiden was. We don't see any of that. It's like, what the hell? It's like in the last 5 minutes, I beat the shit out of this woman. It's really awkward. But it can't be any worse than that. That movie's so bad that it's good. But anyway, Mortal Kombat movie, I'm down for it. Hopefully they do make it rated R. I have a feeling they will. I have a feeling they'll kind of learn what they from their mistake of not doing the first one, which I love the first one.
The games are rated M, so I don't know why they wouldn't make a movie like that.
Well, the original wasn't. Because they were smart. Because the first Mortal Kombat movie, they made it PG-13 because they knew All the people playing those fucking games were kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully James Wan doesn't get I don't know. Maybe he will, man. James Wan has a lot of connections with the people. My mind first went to the Fast movie, and I'm thinking, oh God, Vin Diesel is Kano. He's almost like a Stallone, man. He can't fucking open his mouth. How he talks. But actually, there's another connection there. The person that I always thought should play Kano, Jason Statham. I'm sorry, he'd be a great Kano.
Oh.
I think he'd be a great Kano. He's got the build for Kano. He can be the Mortal Kombat.
Statham would be great, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the Mortal Kombat 3 era bald head Kano. He could be that era of Kano, and he'll look awesome. And you know what? I know Trevor Goddard had the Australian accent. British will work fine. It'll work fine. I think he would be great. For God's sakes, he worked with Tony Jaa in the new Fast movie. Tony Jaa actually isn't Chinese at all, but who cares? Any Asian can play Liu Kang. Doesn't have to be Chinese. For God's sakes. Could be an Indian for all I care.
He could play the guy with the tomahawk.
Oh, Nightwolf.
Nightwolf, yeah.
I was talking about East India, but yeah. That'd be fucking racist, dude. They got an India guy to play an Indian.
That'd be awesome.
No, the guy that played Nightwolf in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, his name was Lightfoot. He's a fucking Native American rapper. And, I've always seen that attached to articles about the movie, Wikipedia's, stuff like that. It always says Nightwolf played by Native American rapper Lightfoot. One day last year, me and my brother were up late. We're like, let's Google Lightfoot. It always says he's a rapper. And we looked up some of his videos, and they're fucking horrendous. and it's it literally is Native American rap. Like he's rapping about the conservation, the shit.
I wonder if he's related to Apache Indian, dude. He's a rapper too. I used to be a big Apache Indian fan back in the 90s.
Never heard of him.
Me neither.
Interesting. And they should get the only other Indian actor I know. There's only 3 Indian actors I know. That guy Lightfoot, the guy who plays Sagat, and his name is Wes Studi, and then the dude that played the Indian in the cupboard.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to watch that movie again.
That's it. And I think I know his name. His name might be Littlefoot. It's something.
It is Littlefoot, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Littlefoot, Lightfoot, and then Wes Studi. But that's it. When you watch any Indian movies, it's like these same characters that are playing all the Wes Studi shows up in every fucking Indian movie. He's in every one of them. And there's also that one guy. Gosh, what is it? He's totally a character actor. You always see him in all the cop movies. Fuck, I can't think of it, but I don't know. What else have you guys been watching?
I've been watching some stuff. I just watched that Compliance that's on Netflix last night. You guys ever watch that?
No,
No, tell us about it. Sell me on it.
It's about I guess it's based on true stories about some people that were working at a fast food restaurant, and some guy pranked them and said he was a cop and basically told the manager that they caught one of the workers stealing money or something, and they wanted him to strip search her and stuff. I didn't like it very much. I was watching it just man, nobody's this stupid, but apparently they are because it's based on a real story.
I remember that story.
Yeah.
That's not a very old story. It happened sometime in the last few years. I remember that.
Yeah, I guess it happened at a McDonald's. I guess it happened more than once.
Yeah, and then they made a Law and Order episode, SVU episode, that I'm pretty sure drew inspiration from that as well.
Yeah,
Robin Williams.
Yeah, Robin Williams.
That opening scene was that whole fucking type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Robin Williams episode is creepy. But yeah, I don't know. What have I watched? I can tell you what I just purchased. Riverman, just like you, I just acquired the Rocky Balboa heavyweight collection.
Oh, I
Hopefully
got that.
your case isn't broken.
I haven't opened it yet. Did you ever return yours?
No, not yet.
See, Todd and I are not above going out of our way, spending the time, the gas money, and just being the humility of it all, of returning a movie because the Blu-ray case is cracked, or the Blu-ray case won't. Never in my life. This is the only format. It wasn't like this with DVDs, but it seems like 1 out of every 4 Blu-rays you acquire won't snap shut, or it's cracked, or one of the snaps are cracked, and
It's always the back end of it is broken.
Oh,
yeah, and I hate that. You know what bugs me too is when you get the Blu-ray that has all like the shrink plastic on it. It's all wrinkly.
Yeah, and it gets stuck to the spine.
Oh yeah.
That
drives me nuts.
Oh, you talking about? Oh, I don't mean that. I know what you're talking about. No, I mean like the actual plastic that holds the sleeve.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know when it's got all the wrinkles in it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just like, oh, it's all fucked up. I
It's
absolutely hate it.
waterlogged. It looks.
And you
like.
can't even like see that. Like, yeah, it's like distracting. It's like you can't see anything else. That drives me absolutely crazy. And yeah, I mean, I think I've mentioned it before on the podcast that I liked slip covers before they were fucking hip to collect. I'm sorry. Now people charge an arm and a leg for slip covers. You know, isn't there a website, Todd? Slip covers.
Yeah, there's something people sell them.
Yeah, because I guess the party was fucking exploited, I guess. But I've always been about them, and Best Buys and stuff, they never keep them. And every time, if I don't get one, if you want a slipcover, you better buy that movie when it's brand new. Otherwise, you're not going to get it. And then, and if I have movies like that where I didn't get the slipcover at the start, I don't necessarily go out of my way, like go hunting for them, but I keep my eyes peeled. And if I do happen to see, if I'm at like a used place, a game place, used movie place, or whatever, and I happen to catch, that movie in a slipcover, I will fucking buy it. And then I will take the slipcover and I will turn around and I will return the movie without the slipcover because they don't hold any value. No one gives a shit about them.
Except Barnes and Noble.
Oh, really? Are they wrapped?
No, they're not wrapped, but they're pretty anal about keeping their slipcovers. I tried to get a slipcover from some guy, just to be cool, because it was a Pulp Fiction slipcover, which are hard to come by.
Oh, I have that, yeah.
And no.
Just get the steelbook.
He wasn't too happy about it. No, I don't want the steelbook. I want the slipcover.
You'd rather have the slipcover than the steelbook?
Yeah.
Steelbooks
I'm not
are
a
all
steelbook
hip.
guy.
Steelbooks are hip too now.
I'm not a big steelbook.
They were cool when you only had a couple out. They were really neat. Now it's like every Christmas they come out with this whole line. Every movie you can think of has a steelbook now.
Yeah.
And they are cool. I think they are neat. Like I love the different arts they do for them and the covers. And I'm tempted because a lot of the movies I already own. Like I bit my tongue. I don't own the Pulp Fiction one, even though I wish I did, because I already got the slipcover. I already got the other one. I got weak on a couple. I got the Total Recall. No, wait. Do I have Total Recall? No, I didn't get the Total Recall. But I do need the Total
Mind-bending edition.
Well, because I have the mind-bending edition, but since it doesn't have a slip, I really want the steelbook because it's got the Quado hand.
Yeah, that one's actually really cool, that steelbook.
So because it blows away the other version. The other one's all just a flimsy Blu-ray case. It's really basic.
Yeah.
I have the T2 one, and that I double dipped for just because it's T2 for God's sakes.
Mm-hmm.
And the only other one I think I double dipped on. I take it back. I double dipped on Shaun of the Dead.
Well, those are like $5. You kind of have to if they're that cheap.
I got it for fucking $3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the holiday special, and then I got Batman Returns steelbook because I got that. That one wasn't super cheap. I think I don't know why I was feeling it. I think I bought it for like $7. I just because it looks so cool. And then what did I get? And the Evil Dead one. I have that, and I don't regret that one bit because it's got the classic cover.
Mm-hmm.
The hand coming up, and it's just beautiful. But I think that's the only one I've double dipped on. But no. So what? Tell me this Barnes & Noble story. I'm very curious. Tell me exactly what you've done.
Yeah. So I went in there. I was pretty much just looking at I always go in there to buy their $5 CDs, $5 or less, because they usually have some like really good artists, a lot of older artists. But I think I picked up the Superfly soundtrack when I was there, and then I picked up. They had a bunch of Van Halens for cheap or something, like $4. So I picked some up. And then I saw the Pulp Fiction Blu-ray with a slipcover, which you never see that. And pretty much I was buying like a stack of CDs. So I was spending about, I want to say $25 on CDs, but I didn't want to actually buy the Pulp Fiction Blu-ray because it's $40 there. It's a ripoff.
Yeah.
I only buy sale items at Barnes & Noble. So I bring it up there with the rest of my stuff. I'm just like, just try to schmooze with the guy and, shoot the shit about like movies and stuff like that. And I was like, could you throw in this slipcover for me? He's like, and then his attitude just kind of changed, and kind of snapped about it. Seemed kind of like one of those hipster, painted on pants. What do you call them? Skinny jean wearer.
Yeah.
He's pretty high and mighty, and then he was not too happy about that. He was like, "No, you're gonna have to buy it." Blah blah blah. And then I was like, "Well, what's stopping me from buying it and then returning it?" And he was like, "Well, I'll know." So I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, it's like no, it's too late. You already said it would be out of spite.
Yeah, but I mean, he would
turning the fucking.
He's the type of guy who would know if I tried to return it with.
That was your first mistake.
Yeah.
The only time you say, "Hey, can you throw this in?" or "Hey, do you mind if I take this?" You can only do that at used places.
Yeah.
You should never try that at a retail chain.
Yeah, but I mean, even like purchasing. I mean, there's got to be some.
You're not willing to go the mile, man. At the retail chains, you buy it, and then you know what? Maybe you don't come right back in. Maybe you come back next week.
Yeah.
And you return it. But no, I've done what you did only at used places like comic book stores.
Yeah. I didn't think he'd care though. I mean, he seemed like a cool guy at first, so I was kind of,
Yeah.
just feel it out.
The first time I did it at a it was like a comic book store. It was like a used game store, and they had Blu-rays. They had the slipcover for the Let the Right One In.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have the slipcover. And so I literally just kind of said, "Hey, I try to be." I think did I offer him money for it? Yeah, I think I offered him like $1 or something. $1. He's like, "Man, can I have this for like $1?" Because they don't know, nobody gives a shit. It doesn't add anything to the value. And they literally looked at me in disgust and said, they literally did. And they said, "Just take it and don't make that a regular thing."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my!
They looked at me like squinting their eyes, like it was like the store, like, "Yeah, don't do this ever. Yeah, just take take it." I didn't even buy anything.
Don't make it a regular thing.
Yeah.
Well, he's really telling you next time, just take it and don't ask.
No, he was saying no. He was saying that's petty. We're not gonna fucking just give you all our slipcases. Take it and get the fuck out of my store. But usually,
it's like you gotta buy something with it. Dude.
I play it safe and I just buy whatever it is and I bring it back. And I don't even have to do it right away. Like the last one I got was I got Ex Machina on the Black Friday sales.
Yeah.
And it was like $3 at Walmart. And of course, the Black Friday movies, they never include slips.
Nope.
They never do. But so I bought it for $3 because for $3, I don't care if it has a slip or not. And then, I was a few weeks later, I was in Best Buy, not that, a couple weeks ago, and they had Ex Machina and it had a slip on it. So I bought it again for not $3, mind you. And, I didn't have to like turn around and take it back. The next time I went in, like a couple weeks later, I returned it.
I've never been like that with slip covers.
Oh man, you haven't lived.
I got that. I got that Rocky Blu-ray too, though. Whenever it was on sale at Amazon.
Oh, the heavyweight collection.
Yeah.
You have the old one or the new one?
It has a slipcover.
Oh, the one with the slipcover.
Yeah.
And it's got like it's got the lobby cards in it.
I don't know. I haven't even opened it yet. Haven't watched any.
Is it white or is it blue? Colors is it like light or blue?
Is it with him out with the boxing gloves and the shirt off?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I got it at Best Buy as well, Todd. How much do we pay for that? I can't remember.
I think it was like $17.99.
Yeah, it was cheap. And have you looked at the lobby cards?
Yeah, they're cool, dude.
I haven't yet.
But anyway, so I'm happy with that purchase. And Zach, we've now let you into our secret society of slipcase collecting and the low points that we go to get them.
And anyone out there, if they're willing to part with their Pulp Fiction slipcase, just email me.
I'll suck your dick for. I don't want to say for all the cum. I'll suck your dick for the cum. No, I will. I don't want to just throw out claims that I'll suck anybody's dick, so freely. Let me get back to everybody and let me find the movies that has a slipcover I really want. Then I might offer to suck a dick or two. No, I'm just kidding.
You guys were talking about steelbooks. I got that like last year when those new ones came out. I got the Scarface one just because it came with the TV version.
Oh, really?
It has all the cuss words taken out and like they put other words in there.
I wish they did that with the Die Hard. That'd be awesome.
I passed on. I've never liked Scarface.
Oh yeah.
Never liked it, and In the last year, sometime Best Buy had it for $5. The $4.99, the steelbook.
Yeah,
Really, you should have got that, man.
Part of me wanted to get it just because the steelbook was cool, but I'm like, I had to stop myself. I'm like, I don't like this fucking movie. Like, I'm not gonna buy something I don't like. And
because
they had another one too. Huh?
I'm just joking.
Oh yeah. Well, they also had the Blues Brothers for $4.99 steelbook, and the steelbook looked really neat. But I'm like, I can't. I got to nip it in the bud somewhere because I don't like the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
I never have.
I got the Big Lebowski one too.
I don't have that steelbook. I have the digibook of the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the only times where I'm satisfied. If I have the digibook, you know, sometimes the digibook's cooler too. Actually.
Oh, they got the Back to the Future 30th anniversary for $25 now. It's cheap.
Yeah, it comes with the TV series too. I think.
The cartoon?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, sweet.
The whole series, or just like 2 episodes? Is it like the Beetlejuice Blu-ray where it's got 2 episodes?
I want to say it's the whole series.
Oh no! There you go. That's one of my white whales. The Beetlejuice slipcover.
Oh, good luck finding that.
That's a white whale.
Yeah.
You could get it a long ass time ago, and I kept passing up on it. Like I'll wait, Beetlejuice. I'll wait. And when and you cannot find it anywhere. You can't find it in the wild. I can't find it at used places. I've always got my eye out for it, and I just have to accept that. I finally cracked and just bought it without slipcover because I was never going to find it, and I still can't come across it. So yes, that is my dick sucking slipcase, the Beetlejuice. But you know what?
I'm gonna go on to eBay and see how much the Beetlejuice slipcover is going for.
Lord knows.
Oh, here we go. $42.39.
That's what it sold for?
That's what they're trying to get for it.
Oh, because how much do they sell for?
I don't know. Where do you find that out?
You go to.
It's a hologram, dude. That's cool.
Yeah, it was a hologram.
Oh.
It was a hologram one.
$40 for a piece of cardboard.
Are you looking at that, Zach? Really?
No, I just.
Oh, okay. I want to. Yeah, exactly. No, it's a problem. I acknowledge that. It's like a drug. It's horrible. I need help. I need rehab. The thing is I won't pay it. I will not do that. These people that are exploiting people that want it, I would never pay. I might pay $1 or $2. It depends on the movie. If it's a really cool piece and it's a really good movie and I really really want it, depending on the movie, I might go as high as $5. It just depends. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pay money for this shit. It's the thrill of the hunt. I like finding them in the wild, and I like doing my little shenanigans. Thinking I'm all clever.
You should just raid like a Best Buy garbage can outside their store.
Yeah, but I don't know what makes them throw away most of them, or if I don't know. I think what happens is actually I found out. I called up one time. Listen. I called up Best Buy customer service a few years back. I'm an OG with this stuff. This is like 2011, and I had ordered something from the website, and then when I got it in the mail, it didn't have the slipcover. You can never. It's a gamble when you buy stuff online because it's a gamble. And it didn't have a slipcover, and I called up customer service and I asked them, "Hey, I didn't get this slip." Of course, the lady didn't fucking know what the hell I was talking about. It's like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "No, it's like it comes with this little cardboard thing, goes over the movie. It really doesn't contribute to anything. It's just kind of neat." And it's like, but it didn't. It didn't have it. And I literally sent this rep through the fucking works. She had to talk to a whole bunch of people. And then she's like, all right, let me go. I'm going to talk to these guys in the warehouse. And she called somebody and talked to the warehouse guys. And then we finally, after like going through a million channels, found out what happened. The guys in the warehouse, they fucking end up throwing them away at the warehouse. When you don't see them at Best Buy stores, it's because they don't make it to the Best Buy stores.
Yeah.
And I don't know if every little bit helps and that saves on shipping or what the fuck it is, but they just end up tossing them at the warehouse.
They just keep them and sell them for $5 on the internet.
Well, if you worked at a Best Buy warehouse, not everybody's into this stuff, but if it was me, I'd keep a couple. But how valuable is a Beetlejuice slipcover going to be when you have 5,000 in your apartment? Bring them home.
It looks like one sold for $20, one sold for $100. So.
Oh my god,
$100?
Well, yeah,
man, dude.
But that was the one with the actual Blu-ray.
Still, the Blu-ray's like a $6 Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it comes with like some like soundtrack to it or something.
Still?
Yeah.
That's insane.
$104.99 is that? I think that's the one. Yeah.
I'm treating this as an intervention, and it's kind of showing me. You reading off these numbers is really making it clear that it's a problem. That it's a sick people, a sick world, but
you're contributing to it.
And no, I don't have that problem because I don't buy that shit. I won't buy it.
Yeah.
I will find it in the wild, and I'll be sneaky and buy shit and return shit. I love the game. That's my pleasure. The money's not fun. That's like actually going on eBay and dropping what people ask on a retro game. That's no fun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like where's the fun in actually just totally submitting and paying high dollar for something? I mean, now granted, I totally realize that honestly, with how much gas and time you spend going to like flea markets and stuff, you probably end up spending just as much or more when you find that score, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You might as well just pay.
And you might find it 4 years later. You might,
Yeah, well, I'm saying literally whenever I would go out to flea markets, it's a big ordeal, man. You spend hours and you're walking, and you find nothing most of the time. So who cares if you find Suikoden 2 on the PlayStation? You know, oh god, this is such an expensive game. You're not getting. You're better off paying the $80.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's fun though. It's a lot of fun, and I don't know. There's just something about it. Like I don't give a shit. I don't care how much money I spent on gas looking for this game for the last 10 years. The fact that I found it it's a big.
And you have a story that goes behind it.
I don't really don't give a shit about that. But no, you're right though. Depending on how cool it is. Now it's not as. Most Goodwills. I hated how most Goodwills they price check everything.
Yeah, they have the auction cases now too, I think.
Yeah, I know, and I don't know if some stores used to price and some stores still charge stuff by weight. For the longest time, I don't know if those are starting to get wiped out. I've been to a few Goodwills here in the Phoenix, Tempe area, and they don't have shit for games. I can't find
anything.
I can't find them anymore. They're gone. I can't find anything. When I was in Missouri, the one that I lived right next to, they still charged by weight. And granted, they would have shit games and stuff, and they would come in. But, I mean, on occasion, like, I really only once, like, I found Grandia 2 on the Dreamcast, which is sort of it's not a super expensive game, but it's not a cheap game either, you know. It's like a $30 game. I got it for weight. And I got it for, like, it's one of those big, it's a double disc game. It's got one of those big fat Parasite Eve cases, Zach, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So that brought it up to, like, $2. But to me, that was like a triumph, like, oh yeah, and it came with the fucking soundtrack. I'm like, yeah, but you can't find that stuff anymore now. Haven't you gotten lucky, River? You found you got Mario Kart, didn't you? Like,
Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart for $3.
That's a good deal because that's like a $15 to $20 game.
Yeah, but I can't find shit at the Goodwill anymore. Like,
it's done. Yeah. I've gone to a few Goodwill. See, the thing is about Phoenix is so spread out that it's really a chore to go to these places. You can't. When I lived in Missouri, in my city, it was nothing for me. Like, oh, I'm going to go out flea market shopping today, because the city was so like packed together. It didn't feel like I was commuting that much to go from one flea market to the next.
Yeah.
Phoenix is so spread out to where it's like, oh, I'm going to go to this one Goodwill. It's going to take me 15 minutes to get. Maybe the closest one I live to is like 5-10 minutes away. But if I want to go try another one or a flea market, all right, that's just 30 minutes out of the way. So you don't do that anymore. I can't make time for it.
Mm.
Even the pawn shops are, pretty missed now.
It takes a long time to find your spot.
Yeah.
Like, and I found those in Springfield, Missouri, where I was living now. And basically, the thing that I can't do is I'm afraid to like put in the work it takes to find your spot, because you have to like check everywhere, go all over the fucking city. It's just such a big city. But no, I had a couple of spots right before I moved. Actually, I found my spot finally. This pawn shop, they had 3 locations in town. Dude, they were the best, and they weren't priced the same, which blew me away. One of them right by my house, they had fair deals. You know, I mean, they were kind of run of the mill, like typical prices. But every now and again, they would slip on certain things. You know.
Yeah. And
I would and you know, and pawn shops are cool because you can kind of haggle and make deals, and I love that. I have so much fun getting shit and being like, hey, will you take this for? I love the haggling process. I love it. But then I found 2 more. And there was another one that was a little bit farther, but not too bad. This one, this guy was really cool. It was ran by this stoner named Shaggy, and he would cut me. Their prices were about the same, but he would cut me way better deals. I would go in there and, I'd be like, okay, if I buy this and I buy this, can I have that and that for free? And he would cut me such fucking killer deals. And then I found the last location, which was downtown. This was the best one because they had like fucking Dreamcast game. They had so many games, and they didn't care, man. Like I went up, I would buy a whole big stack of shit, and then obviously the more stuff you have, the more it justifies your lowball price.
Yeah.
And let's say they were, I think they were even fair price. They had like Dreamcast games for like they were just like one flat rate. That's the best when they just say all these games $3.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Not when they're not individually priced.
Yeah.
Let's say the Dreamcast games are already cheap. They're all $3, which is already great. But I bought like 10 or 12 or whatever, and I'm like, hey, basically, can I give you 50 cents each? And this old lady that ran this one, she fucking do it all day long. She just want to get rid of it. Like, yeah, because it's like they had so much shit. It's like, is you're gonna buy that much? Yeah, fucking take it. 50 cents a pop, take it. And so I just want to find those spots again. They have a brass armadillo here, Todd.
Yeah, and they're pretty high priced most of the time. Those brass you might find some good vinyl there for a decent price, but when it comes to games, people there are pretty.
There was I used to go to markets in Branson, Missouri, of all places, where old people go to die. Typically, it's not like on paper it doesn't look like the place to go to find deals. Because you go in there and it's a lot of Branson type shit. You find a lot of vinyls of old fucking country, a lot of country stuff, a lot of like, Roy Rogers soundtrack.
Gospel, yeah.
Yeah, it's totally. But I've found a couple of diamonds in the rough, digging through these places. Nothing like, maybe like I found my best find I ever found was I don't know if I ever showed it to you, the shaped picture vinyl of Jump in the Fire, Metallica.
Yeah, you told me about it. I haven't seen it though.
I found that, and I was going through the vinyls, and literally it's all nothing but gospel. And out of nowhere, I find this shaped picture. It's the devil, the Whiplash, Jump in the Fire B-side. It's the devil. It's like, oh my god, it's so fucking cool. And what blew me away is they actually charged it more than any other freaking record in there, but still it was only at $15. Yeah. They probably just saw that it was a known band. Most of it wasn't known shit. But I paid $15 for it, and it's cool because it's one of those things because it was a British single, and it's one of those things where it doesn't really have a value on it because there's you go on, you can't find them online. There's like none on the market, and the only couple that I've seen sell, I've traced online. There was a huge gap, a huge margin for what they sold for. Because it's just one of those things where there's someone
pay for what you want,
yeah. I mean, in the last like 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, when they've been on, one of them sold for like 400, and another one far apart sold for literally like 1,800, 2,000. And I'm not saying I'll sell it, but it was a really cool find. And then I found the Diary of a Madman tour book, which is really cool. It's really neat, and I bought that for like $1. And if I wanted to sell that, that goes for like $50 online. But I don't want to. It's fucking cool. And then one guy was selling a whole bunch of really sweet vinyl. He had you could tell he had a store at some point. He was just selling off everything, and a lot of it was already framed. And I bought a lot of really cool vinyls. I got Hella Waits frames. I got I don't know. I can't remember. I got Blizzard of Oz framed. I got Brothers in Arms framed, Todd, I think.
You still never gave me my Problem Child 2. Didn't you get me a laser disc?
I wonder what. Oh, God, I wish you would have reminded me when I would have brought it to the last Crypticon.
Yeah.
Because I guess I forgot all about it. Because it's so funny. I just went back home on vacation. And I don't know what it is about record players, but they're all fucking hip and popular now.
Yeah.
All these tweeny kid hipsters want to shop at Goodwill, and they want to buy vinyl.
I know, because there's nothing there anymore.
Because they're all going. Yeah, it's cool to shop at Goodwill now. When I was a kid, if you had clothes from Goodwill, you were poor.
Yeah, exactly.
And people made fun of you.
Yeah.
Now it's hip, dude. Trust me. And like my little brother, I went home. My little brother had a vinyl. He had a record player.
Really?
I'm like, yes. He's. They're all fucking trendy. They just do what everybody else does. Anyway, they had all these like vinyls and stuff out. And first of all, they had a lot of my vinyls. Like, holy shit. I had some vinyls I had bought back in the day, and I had left them there. And I'm like, God, what the fuck are you doing with my vinyls? I think they were digging in I had a couple boxes in my mom's garage, and also they had Your Problem Child. And I'm like,
really?
First of all, that's not a vinyl. It was a laser disc.
Well, they're trying to play it as a record.
No, they just had it in the stack or whatever, because I had them all together or whatever, I think. But they had Problem Child, and I had a few more. I have like a Terminator 2 one.
Yeah.
I got a lot of that stuff, and yeah, I'd forgotten all about it. So hopefully they don't trash it, and I need it somehow. I forgot. I probably could have taken that shit with me, and I totally forgot about it again. But whatever. Be fun to frame. Like, you really want to watch it. Who wants to watch a Laserdisc and flip it over?
I don't have it.
Why do they have to be so big?
I don't know. They're cool though.
Oh, they're just, like I said, just like a vinyl's cool to frame it or whatever. Yeah. You might as well just frame the fucking insert. You don't even like the actual disc. I
never really collected Laserdisc. I just have the Total Recall one because I thought it looked really cool.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. I think we've officially done a good job at just riffing about bullshit. We've taught you all some very good things today. We taught you that Sylvester Stallone can't act. We've taught you that, collecting slipcases is a serious epidemic right now. And we've also told you, how to do it if you need to. I do like ordering from Screen Factory because, so far whenever I've bought anything from Screen Factory, from like the store itself, they always have the O card. I guess it's because it comes straight from the manufacturer.
Yeah, and all the horror fans are pretty anal about having a slipcover, which is nice.
They just put out that they're doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Slip? It'll have a slip. They'll have some new horror.
I have that on Blu-ray, that MGM one or whatever it was. It was like $3.
Oh, yeah.
It's the regular one. I don't have it. That's a movie I refuse. I refuse to buy the first one again. I literally have like 3 different editions of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm not fucking drinking the Kool-Aid anymore.
I'll get the Blu-ray eventually, but
when they released that last Blu-ray, like the big case, whatever, like I will not do it. It's like, my God, I have so many fucking copies of this fucking movie.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Dead trilogy. I'm the same thing. I've been going through all my DVDs and I'm gonna sell off a bunch of them.
I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre a lot, but I don't love it that fucking much. It's like I look at myself. I'm like, how do I have this many fucking copies of this movie?
Yeah,
editions. It's like some things I could justify that.
I usually get rid of a DVD when I buy a new version of it.
Do you? I'm a hoarder, and I did that before I moved out to Arizona. I kind of got rid of all my stuff, and it felt good actually after I did it. I think I was just kind of afraid to, I don't know, something about separation anxiety, but I didn't necessarily have to have Blu-ray copies of it. I actually took, I don't care. I took a lot of movies I didn't have Blu-ray copies of. I pretty much took every popular movie I owned.
Yeah.
All your easy to come by, your fucking Wayne's World, your stupid, just whatever, your I Am Legends, all that bullshit. And I just took them all to a place and traded them in, got store credit. And the only things that I kept were, I kept my horror DVDs, even the ones that I had. I think I kept all my horror DVDs, even the ones I had Blu-ray copies of. I think, and then I kept the action movie DVDs that I didn't have copies of, like on Blu-ray. Like I kept, but obviously I traded in T2 because I've got that on Blu-ray. But I would keep like Showdown in Little Tokyo because I'm never gonna. That's never gonna be on Blu-ray. I kept things like Rapid Fire and shit like that. But yeah, it's like I took all this shit, man. That would have been like 3-4 heavy ass boxes, and I took it into this place called Entertainmart, and I got some store credit, and I literally walked out with like 4 N64 games and a PlayStation game. Like, all right, this is good. I'm all right.
Entertainmart.
I think I traded it for a gold cart of Ocarina of Time. I traded it for Final Doom on the PlayStation, and I traded it for Resident Evil 2 on the N64, and then I got like Diddy Kong Racing. So that's I literally traded in so much shit, and I got these 4 games. But whatever.
Well, even like horror DVDs nowadays. DVDs aren't worth shit. I mean, you barely give them away now, you know? Yeah. Even the harder to come by ones, I mean, it doesn't seem like they go for as much. That's what I've been noticing, but
I don't know. DVDs don't.
And then with the new format that's coming out, the super high def Blu-rays. Did you see something about that?
Yeah.
No. Coming out with that new format,
4K and stuff like that.
Wait, no, that kind of died already.
No, they're actually this year. I think they're releasing a 4K Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
And people are talking about like, you know, they're gonna have to start purchasing 4K Blu-ray DVDs. It's like, I don't see that taking off for the shit.
The Blu-rays will still work on the 4K player, right?
Yeah.
So they'll still work, but I mean, they're gonna be selling a probably a higher quality copy.
You know, and the only thing that made me feel better about this era, the only thing that made me feel better about physical media dying, which I absolutely hate, by the way, was the fact that, hey, at least I think this is the last generation of physical media. I won't have to rebuy my collection again.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the only thing I felt good about. And I was actually happy because they tried the 4K thing a couple years ago because they released a couple. They released Ghostbusters 4K Blu-ray. If you remember that, when the Amazing Spider-Man came out, the first one on Blu-ray, they released that in 4K. And they had just a couple, and they just kind of died off. Nothing really happened with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to rebuy my collection anymore.
Yeah, the players should be coming out. I mean, they're a whole new different.
I think the ship has sailed. I think the next step is digital only. I don't think there will be any more.
I hope it is, so I can just buy Blu-rays and not have to worry about format.
The shitty part about that is there's nowhere near as many Blu-rays produced as there was DVDs.
Exactly. So, Blu-rays bomb.
They're making less and less. No, I don't know if it's the Blu-rays bombed. I think it's that digital reared its head. I think it just merged too close to the era of digital taking over.
Yeah, but DVD was hot, man. That never really went away because it's still around.
Yeah, it still lingered around because a lot of people just do DVD because nobody gives a shit about quality, man.
Which is, that just baffles me.
So the shitty part though about it being totally dead and then they're still coming out Blu-rays, I know, but like if it stops in a year or two, there's gonna be so many movies that never got released on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
You know, there's already a ton of titles that are not on Blu-ray.
But you're still going to have your, niche, Scream Factory still releasing stuff. I mean, look at vinyl. I mean, that's, people are still releasing vinyl.
No, yeah, hopefully we'll have the Scream Factories of the world that'll still put out stuff like Trick or Treat.
If they can stay in business, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because these people have to adapt. They're going to, even if they stay in business, man, I don't know. Yeah, how will these companies stay in business? What will they distribute?
Well, they'll just have to go pure streaming and then sell physical media too on the side.
Well, think about it. You know how much they pump a lot of money into their Scream Factory releases, doing the new art, doing all the new special features.
Oh, I agree.
So it's like, I guarantee you, if they were reduced to being niche and doing just kind of selling those on the side, there's no way they'd be able to pump.
I think they're already niche.
I don't know. Well, maybe
Scream Factory and stuff.
It depends on how much money they got in their streaming service, hypothetically. But I mean, I just think everything would suffer. I mean, obviously, I don't know. It's the end of an era. It's sad. It's gonna end, but whatever. It's a love-hate thing.
Yep.
But I do think it is one of those things too, where it's like we're so protective over this stuff. But I guarantee you, if like if you or me experienced like a house fire, and then all of our shit went up in flames, it would be a little freeing. Like, oh, I think we wouldn't care as much as we think.
Yeah.
Like, wow, I feel so. Let's go take a walk, guys.
I'd be pissed.
No, I'd be pissed too, but I think I could get over it. Like, oh, because what if my entire fucking video game collection, Blu-ray collection, music collection went up in flames tonight? I have two options there. One option is get so pissed off because I wasted, I don't know how many thousands of dollars and years of my life collecting that. Or B, I can just accept that I am not fucking starting over again because that was a long ass time and just move on. I would do B. Because I mean, I can't imagine starting over. Could you?
Yes. Actually, I could because I was actually thinking about this pretty recently. I I'm trying to downsize a lot of my collection, and I'm trying to stick with, certain things to collect. Mm-hmm. Like my whole life I've been collecting little things here and there, DVDs, VHS, Blu-ray. Like I want to stick to like one thing and just, have a collection of that, because I can't stand having like so many different things, because I look out for, VHSs, DVDs. If I find something, then I'm going to buy it. Like if I stick with one thing, then I won't come home with shit all the time, or I won't be out looking for stuff as much. I mean, that's what I think, but
yeah. What if you were absolutely rich and you were like Quentin Tarantino? Quentin Tarantino bought the old video store he used to work at. They went out of business and he bought all of their stock.
I mean, that'd be cool. Absolutely.
And now he's like, he has an entire like video rental store in one of his like rooms or basement or something, where he's got all these old DVDs, and he even said he doesn't have, I don't know if he has Blu-rays or not, but he's got shit tons of DVDs. I'm like, Quentin, ugh.
Well, he also has film too. He watches.
Yeah, he has old. So I mean, it would be different, I guess, then if you had the space for it. It'd be kind of neat.
Yeah.
Or like the angry video game nerd James Rolfe, how he's turned his basement into like an old video store.
Yeah, and that's cool and everything, but like sometimes I get home and I look at like my walls and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? In another 10 years, am I still gonna want this shit on my walls?
Like what's on your walls? Like posters?
Posters, stuff like that.
Really?
Certain posts. I mean, there's certain things I won't let.
Look, if you're gonna part with that trick or treat poster.
No, I'm not. I'm not parting with
first.
That. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
I think there's that stuff's always gonna have a place in your man cave, right? No.
No, I mean, because I get tired of some art, something like that. But
oh yeah, I can see that. Which ones would you never part with? That's probably an easier question. Like, which ones do you think that are, which ones are safe?
My one sheets are safe. I mean, everything else.
Okay, well then what else is there? I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, I got repros, stuff like that all over the walls and stuff, and little things here and there that I'm just like, eh.
Yeah, that I can see.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that shit anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Small posters, but.
Well, you mean you're talking about like whenever I go to Crypticon and I buy a shit ton of those small posters and I put so much money?
Yeah, I know.
You're talking about all those?
Yeah, and then you end up buying like the you have to go out to Michael's and search for the deals for all the frames and shit. You spend more money on frames than you do the damn posters.
Just because you come home with a whole bunch of posters and you Jewed some guy, it's like I've yet to hang one of those up from that last convention, because it's like now I can't hang it up because I gotta wait to get frames and I gotta move. And there's no way I'm going out and buying 30 frames.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a progression. It's like, all right, I want to do the First Blood and I want to do the Hellraiser. I'll go get 2 frames and that's what I'll start.
Yeah, I hear you.
Ugh. But anyway, god dang. Zach, are you still alive?
Mm-hmm.
We've gone outside of your spectrum. You said
it all, Zach. You said it all.
You don't do the one sheet thing, I take it.
No, I do.
Oh, you do? Well, then let's kind of cap the whole discussion off on that. What do you have any one sheets that you really adore?
God, there's so many of them are in my closet, not even put up yet, and I've had them there for years.
That's an issue I have too with shit that I could hang up. Like it never actually makes it to the walls, and then it drives me crazy.
Well, the old one sheets, I mean, they're 27 by 41, so the frames are so hard to come by. They're so damn expensive.
You gotta them custom, yeah.
And Michael's used to sell them, but they don't sell them anymore, so it sucks. I can't buy them anymore. I'm a big Peter Fonda fan. I collect all his like movie posters and shit. I have a 3 sheet, which is like, that thing's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
That thing's fucking huge. And I thought it was a 1 sheet that came in, and it was actually a 3 sheet. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. But I'll never be able to hang the damn thing up. It's too damn big.
It's like, where the fuck would you put that?
Yeah.
Use it as wallpaper.
Yeah, I use the wallpaper.
Yes, that whole poster could probably use to like wallpaper your bathroom or something.
Probably.
Put it up. Yeah. Even if you can fit it on the wall, it's like, would you want this giant ass poster? Because that would be the point of your basement.
Yeah.
You'd walk in and everybody would just look at this giant ass.
And you can't frame it, and it's an original one, so I wouldn't want to like, have the chance of destroying it. But So I got to get rid of it. I
Like
can't
selling.
just let it collect dust. Like I have to display my stuff. If I can't display it, I'm like, why do I even have it? Because I hate,
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff like that. But well, another thing too is like I'm getting older too. Like I just moved into a new place and I actually really like it. It's really nice. It kind of reminds me of your old apartment, Todd, before you got your house.
Yeah.
Except it's only one bedroom, but it's nice. And I haven't put any of like my old framed art on the walls just because I don't know. Like I don't feel like it. Like maybe I don't know. And it's just kind of in a closet. I'm getting old.
Getting older, huh?
I'm getting older. I need a man cave would be completely different. Like if I had a house in a basement, that'd be totally different. That would be, but like I'm talking about, I live in an apartment. When somebody walks in the house, a guest or something, this is what they see,
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I just got to keep it limited. I don't know. Or, I don't know. Zach, you know art. You Snapchatted me a picture of you taking a shit. Thought I'd wake you up.
That's the only reason I got that app, dude.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you don't do that to me anymore, please.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a picture of his shit in the toilet, and I was literally at work at lunch, and I wanted to vomit. I was
That's
fucking
awesome.
eating at my fucking desk, and I was like, and it really made me not like I actually watched it for the whole time. Like, oh yeah, this is making me sick. Watching the dial countdown. No, I'm like, oh, it's Zach's shit. That's disgusting.
Now they have this thing where you can like reverse videos. So I was sitting on the toilet the other day trying to figure out how I can record like the shit coming out of my butt and then reverse it so it goes
Going
up
back
my
in.
butt. Yeah. Couldn't figure it out, so I
That's
didn't.
like watching some like load go back into a cock. That'd be weird, man.
Be amazing.
Oh my gosh. Well, whew. Is there anything else that we need to talk about? Do we want to plug anything? Is there anything we got going on? Any of our buddies? What the hell is Exploited Cinema up to? What's have you been working on?
I've been trying to talk to Bat, but he's been kind of MIA lately. So
I noticed there was a third episode of the Hobo podcast that never made it to YouTube. I came across it on iTunes. Like, what the fuck? Where'd this come from?
it never made it to YouTube.
Never sent me a file for it. I was going through the iTunes because I got an iPhone again, and I subscribed to our channels. I'm like, what the?
We'll have to go through all that shit.
Yeah, I kind of want a copy of it, man. I want to post it because those are really good. And but anyway, I guess that's about it. Check us out on btmreview.com, and for God's sake, if anybody wants to contribute to that, let us know. Listen to the Retro Rampage podcast. We need to kickstart that up again soon. We got a whole, ton of episodes of that on YouTube and things like that. Follow us, like us, all that stuff. We've done some fun commentaries too. If you're one of the many people that have oddly watched our Evil Toons one, thank you. I can't believe you fucking weirdos and the Evil Toons. But we just did a new one. I'm not too sure when that'll be going up. We just did heavyweights because we know no boundaries or genres here. All movies are good movies. Whether it's animated wolves that lust for dick or tits, not dick. That would have been a different movie. Or it's Ben Stiller, exploiting fat children. We'll cover it. And definitely check out the game commentaries Zach and I have been doing. Those are a lot of fun. Right now, we've been wiping out the Resident Evil series, and we're about to finish off the trifecta, right, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying we won't do more, but I think we should probably do some new stuff, too, after that. But those are a blast. But, yeah, just follow us, all the social media, all that shit, and the YouTube, and definitely give us feedback. We love it, for sure. Is there anything else you guys need to add?
Nope.
Nothing
Fucking
from me.
think so. Nothing from you? All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And keep it. I almost wanted to make it retro and say keep it greasy, but we're not greasy. Zach, your hair's probably greasy.
Yeah.
I know that shit was greasy. I'm just joking, guys. I'm rambling. We're all tired. But have a good night. And don't be a stranger now. Later.